Welcome back, Meerkat family, to Borderlands. Last time, we met TK Baja, the zombie version. He's looking pretty nasty. And we did a couple of quests. Maybe one, I do believe. In this episode, we're going to do some more quests. And you probably noticed I haven't finished the brain quest like I said it was going to. Well, a lot came up last week. I got sick, my wife got sick, my youngest son got sick. They had the flu. I had a cold. I lost my temper a little bit in Terraria, and all because it's just too much all at once. But that happens though in life. But before we get started here, I want to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and share my videos. I would very much appreciate all that. It helped me out a lot. And so let's get started. I wanted to apologize to everybody for last week on Terraria and whatnot. The beginning of November, I lost my temper a couple of times in Terraria because of fighting the Moon Lord and whatnot. And I think I lost my temper a tiny bit in Borderlands. It wasn't nothing serious. And if I did say anything that's like, you know, bad language or anything, I usually edit those out. So it's not a big thing. I just don't want to do that stuff anymore. It just was a bad week for me. So I just wanted to apologize to you guys. I don't want you guys to look at me in that kind of light saying that I'm an awful commentator or something. That's something that's not going to happen very often, hopefully. But let's see what missions we got here. Let's see. Alright, we are still doing the brains thing. I'll still do that stuff off camera, but I'll turn them in when I can, and I'll show you guys the items I get, which I did get one. And it's this. It wasn't anything great. It was a 25 brains mission. But it's worth a pretty good amount of money, 19,000. That's not too bad. Hitching a ride. Go back to island and meet the Jacobs representative. I'm still getting over that cold. Still yet. So I guess we can go and turn in this real quick. And then we'll do these as best we can. So let's go turn in the hitch and the ride mission. See, it gives us a hand cannon. Last time I got this masher, blue rarity. It's doing alright. So I had to make it back to TK Baja. So I'll walk, because every time you start this DLC, you start back at the very beginning at the pier. So before I start recording, to save you guys the headache of me going all the way back, I started where I left off last time, roughly. So let's head back to Jacob's Cove, turn in that, see what we get for the hand cannon. Ooh, there's a chest back here. But I did want to just apologize to you guys about that. I usually don't act like that because I love the video games, for sure. You know, I was back in the day, let's say early 2000s. I got myself a ooh, a devil. Ooh, this is better. A little less on the fire rate, or a lot less on the fire rate. But it is better. Guys, we found ourselves a double anarchy here. We're going to hold on to that second one because if this fire rate's not that great, then we're going to switch back. But I'd rather not because it's got a little bit more damage. It's worth 14,000 for that. Not bad. Love those, man. If I can't use them, they're good for money. Even though money's not really a big issue in this game. It's like once in a while you'll find something in these shops. Because most of the time what you use your money for in this game is to buy ammo. But since I got ammo regeneration, I usually don't have to worry about that. So what I use my money for is if I find the occasional legendary weapon or something. And those legendary weapons sometimes can be good, sometimes they can be bad. Like the Hellcat, that thing wasn't that great. It wasn't accurate. It was like if you see the shots, because you can see sometimes you can see the bullets fly out, and they were flying all over the place. Kind of like the Double Anarchy, but this is more reliable, in my opinion. And I wanted to say about the early 2000s, before we got interrupted by Double Anarchy, which is a good find. Oh, look at that, guys. That's amazing. Recommended gun from me. So if you guys play this game, make sure to use the Double Anarchy. It's good. It does a lot of damage, just to the point. It's not very accurate because the shots go everywhere, but if you're close range, nothing stands a chance. Sorry if I sound a little bit nasally. I still got that cold. Still trying to get over it. But what I was saying before I got interrupted again is that in the early 2000s, and I'm kind of proud of myself really, is except for my GameCube, my original GameCube Platinum one, it came with Metroid Prime and Metroid Prime 2 Echoes demo, and those games are interesting to me. I wanted to play them, but I sucked at them, man. I was not good at games. I'm still not that great at games to this day. I'm better than I used to be. But I was playing a long time ago. I started playing Metroid Prime, the original, on the GameCube. I died on the first boss like several times and I just gave up. I was like, it's too hard. So recently, I came into a little bit of money, like $20. Went out to the Wii U game shop and I bought the Metroid Prime trilogy. I was like, I'm gonna give this game another try. I'm just going to try it again and see if I can do it, because I've gotten better at games ever since like 2002, 2003. So I started playing the game and I made it. I'm almost done with Metroid Prime for the first time ever, and I'm actually enjoying that game a lot. It's a lot of fun. I just actually yesterday, I just defeated the what was it called? The Omega Pirate. That was the toughest boss I fought so far in that game. The plant boss was kind of tough, but I think I failed it once, and I completed the second time I fought it. And in the Omega Pirate, I took him down after the second try as well. And I was like, wow, I'm actually doing quite good. And I'm having a lot of fun with that game. And I want to get into Metroid Prime 2 Echoes when I'm done with the first one. I might put that game on my channel since I feel like actually doing pretty good. Where do I turn this in at? Not the brains mission. This one. It's in Jacob's Cove. Oh, it's this guy. Look how fancy he is. He works for Jacob's. Better be something good. No, it's not.
I almost forgot. You'll need this doodad to get the drawbridge to lower. Good luck.
That's a main quest though. I don't want to do main quest. We need to do the side stuff first. I always try to get the side stuff done. Not unless it's those really annoying timed missions. I'll stay away from those. I couldn't sleep this night actually, so what I'm doing right now is recording instead. There's a lot to think about lately. Where's the upscaler? Alright, let's see if we go to F-Cell. Find a power coupling and repair the Jacob's vending machine. Coupling installed. Oh yeah, we'll do that one, since it's here in Jacob's Cove. So the other one up, oh, that's that vending machine that was up top. Did it sell weapons? I can't remember. So much excitement. But yeah, I was just talking about it. It's like back then when I was younger, I loved video games. I collect them, you know. I have a little bit of a collection going, all the way from Atari all the way up to now, you know, to PS4 and Xbox One. And yeah, I'm not that good at games, but I do enjoy collecting them. 515, huh? Only 2 rounds. I'm kind of proud of myself, you know, even though I do YouTube videos and whatnot, doesn't mean I'm good at video games. I just enjoy them, you know. It's like there's people out there that collect stamps, there's people out there that collect you know, coins or automobiles, whatever, you know. I collect video games. It's just something I like to do. And you know, it's nothing like getting a new game. It's a good feeling. I'm very passionate about video games. More than most, I guess. And I'm not afraid to say it either. Alright, let's do that next mission here. Okay, so this one right here is the main mission, I do believe. It's the story mission. It doesn't say, does it? Anywhere? Oh. Hey, my throat. Throat's in the worst way possible right now. It's hard to talk. How can you do commentary if you had a cold, right? Thinking about it in the future, because I'm not getting a lot of, you know, people joining my channel. And I think it's because I'm not being recommended as much, you know, because I'm new. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. It's not as fancy as other channels, but I'm getting there. And I'm happy with what I'm doing, you know. It's fun. I get to interact with new people when the time comes. I have talked to some people already with comments and whatnot. It's something I'm getting used to, for sure. But I am enjoying it a lot. That was almost 24,000 for that. You see that? And it's acid or corrosive. That corrosive stuff could be really useful when it comes to later on. In this DLC, not so much. It's not very many armored targets. Next DLC we'll be playing after this one will be the Robot Revolution, which is actually technically the first DLC that came out. But I wanted to do this one because it was Halloween. I was like, yeah, why not? It's got zombies. And spooky music. Alright, so I'm going this way. Am I going back to where I just came from? I'll try to skip some of these zombies. Even though I don't need to, I need to collect those bronze. All them bronze. There's so many brains to collect. You got 10, 25, 50, 75, and then 100, and I think that's the end of it. 50 was kind of or the 25 was a disappointment when it came to the gun. You guys saw it, I kept it, and then sold it. It wasn't anything great. Is it telling me to go back? Oh yes it is. Where is it trying to tell me to go? The lumberyard? Or the hospital? I didn't read the text. But I wanted to ask you guys, you know, if you guys want to go into the comments, because I have fond memories, you know, playing video games, like buying my first GameCube, or my only GameCube, which I still own, but it finally died on me after all these years, which makes me sad. But you know, I have fond memories, you know, during holidays or birthday or anything else, getting new games and enjoying them. And I wanted to ask you guys if you guys want to put in the comments, what is your fondest memory? What is your favorite game? Like your all-time favorite game. My all-time favorite game. Oh, that's difficult. I do like Final Fantasy 7. I like Final Fantasy 10 too. Not 10-2, but 10 as well. Final Fantasy 10-2 is kind of odd. It was alright though, but it was odd. I don't know what my all-time favorite game would be. I got so many different favorites. But enough about me. You know, if you guys want to, if you watch my videos, put in the comments, what is your all-time favorite game? What is your fondest memory of these particular games, or like during a holiday or a birthday present or anything? You know, I would like to know. It's very interesting.
Try not to hurt your girl parts on the multitudes of minions I've set upon you.
Wow. Did you say I had girl parts? Wow. Thanks, man. That was so mean. My feelings are so hurt right now. But I was thinking about pretty soon, because I only got Facebook that's linked to my channel, but to a degree.
Like, whoa, Skaggy, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. The misery machine broke down. Like, I know that's not news, but I found this town and there's like no one there. I finally ran into an old doctor who said there was zombies throughout the haunted forest.
What? Oh, I was enjoying that. What the heck happened? They did that before too. At least it was subtitles, I guess. I don't know what happened there. The audio cut out for just the tape. I was enjoying that. It was funny. That was making fun of Scooby-Doo. A classic cartoon that's still playing to this day, I think. There's been so many iterations of Scooby-Doo through the years. But this mission is about Scooby-Doo. That is funny. Even though it's not saying the names outright, but you can see it. Well, why did it cut the audio? That was kind of annoying. I might actually hold on to that. Oh, I thought that was almost 24,000. It's only 21.
Needs Dr. Sid when you have Dr.Ned.
590. 751. Health boost. 175,000. Let's do a comparison to what I have equipped it. This one's got better recharge rate here. This one's lower, of course, but it's almost 100 points higher than the this one. This one gives fire resistance, health boost. I don't know, man. This one might be pretty good. Let's give it a shot. We'll hold on to the other one just in case. I don't want to get in here. Insta-kits. This is all he sells. Oh, it's a grader. Never mind. It's still low though. 120. One thing I don't have is health regeneration. But yeah, I would like to know you guys' fondest memories. What's your favorite games? If you even play games. I don't know why you guys wouldn't be playing games if you didn't watching my stuff, but not playing games. Not unless you're one of those type of people that just like watching Let's Plays, you know, which is fine with me. What was that? Oh, it must be another mission. Spitters. I am feeling a bit better. I am coughing and I still got a bit of a stuffed up nose. So, but I feel a lot better. Even though a bit tired because for some reason I couldn't sleep. I was sitting there trying to go to sleep and I was like, well, I've been thinking of this and thinking of that. What I should be recording. My next Let's Play after Terraria, which is going to be Starbound. Spoilers. But not a lot of people do Starbound, so I actually like that game. It's pretty fun. It's not. It's like Terraria, but it's not quite the same. Double thumper. No, thank you. Not a big fan of thumpers. I think I've said this before several times. He went in rage mode. You see that? He had them glowing eyes. Crazy eyes. That's what it is. The only problem with this DLC to record, it's fun to play solo, whatnot, or with your friends, but it's a big problem for our YouTubers is that the amount of enemies that constantly stop you. You lose interest in your videos because of it, I think. I was trying to keep it interesting with the commentary. Now what else should I be talking about right now? I don't know. Oh yeah, the story of my GameCube. I know, back on the GameCube subject. But how I got my hands on that console. I bought it at this American store called FYE that sold music, games, movies and whatnot. And how I acquired the GameCube, so I didn't have that much money at the time. I was working and stuff, but all that was still going towards bills and helping out with food and whatnot. But the how I acquired the money.
Zombies can cut awful deep, you know. I am a doctor, after all. Though, if you get hurt and all bothered, I'll probably just let you up and die on account of you discovering my evil plans and all.
But like I was saying, the GameCube thing is that me and my mom, I was working at a restaurant in a mall, and I was the closer, so we would get out around 10:30, 11:30, depending on. Got off work, my mom comes pick me up, we start heading home, and it was not that much traffic since it was so late, you know. Well, one dude just had to speed because the story was that the guy that was speeding was the son of the owner of a game store, a used game store, and his father asked him to go and check on the store because apparently a silent alarm went off or something like that. He didn't want to, and he threw a fuss. So he sped, you know, down the road trying to get to this game store to check out this alarm. You know, he was, you know, old enough to drive and whatnot, but he was like still young enough to throw fits and whatnot. You know how teenagers are, they'll be lazy and stuff, they don't want to do anything. Well, because of his attitude, he was going about 60, ran a red light while me and my mom was passing through. Therefore we hit him head on because he started turning in front of us, and me and my after that wreck, it totaled our car. We had one of those Ford Festivas, so it was like a tiny, what we called beer can on wheels. So yeah, we hit that car and totaled our car. We were injured. We were hurting for a couple of weeks there after that. And only compensation I got for that was only $500. So that $500 went to going after getting me a GameCube, plus a few games. I got Resident Evil 0, got Resident Evil 0, Metroid Prime that came with the console, the demo of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and I think Wind Waker at the time. And a new controller, which I still own in the package, never been opened. It's the Platinum kind. So yeah, I've had that GameCube since 2003, 2004, and it's dead now. Still own it, but it died.
Son of a bitch. This freaking digital bearing module's terrible. The waypoint is constantly trying to send me through a mountain. What am I supposed to do? Go through it? Is there some secret passage? Ah! No, no. can't jump over it. Damn it! What? Wait! No, I hate you, digital bearing module!
Nice. That wasn't part of the mission I'm on though, but part of the main mission. I know I keep talking about this, my personal stuff, but some of the stuff, stories I have is pretty interesting throughout my life. You know, I know that most people be like, you know, it can't be that interesting. You're probably normal like everybody else. I went through some seriously crazy stuff with my life. Like stuff that a kid shouldn't have been through. I'm not talking about illegal stuff or anything like that, drugs or anything. I'm talking about seeing things that happen around me that was very difficult to explain, or just seeing stuff that you shouldn't be seeing, like a airplane crash that happened. We were living in a trailer park at the time, those famous American trailer parks. So we grew up kind of poor, so we didn't.
Brownies. You want one? Oh, shit, wait. I forgot about me trying to shove you off this mortal coil. Can't be giving brownies to just any vengeance-driven D-wad now, can I? Hey, you know if zombies like brownies?
Well, thanks for your input there, Dr. Ned. Let me get back to my story there. But at one point in my life, I was maybe 9 years old. Maybe 11, I don't know, it's been a long time ago. But there was me and my brothers were sitting there. My mom worked nights, so she slept during the day. She was a nurse's aide, so she slept nights. So me and my brothers, we were out of school, and we were just playing in the living room, playing with some like Hot Wheels or something. And we heard this noise outside that sounded like an engine was like not working quite right. It was like going on and off, and it was getting closer and louder. And all of a sudden, crash, we hear this big crash. Looked out the windows and we see these bits of wood and metal flying across the road. We're like, what just happened? And apparently, there was an air show close to where because we have a kind of like a small airport near where we were living at the time. And they had this air show. Well, the guy it was like a one prop plane. He ran out of gas above our trailer park, or just outside of it. And because he did, he was forced to bail out of his plane. But because he was forced to bail in a hurry, he didn't put on his parachute correctly. And it broke both of his arms when the parachute opened. Because it opens quite violently if you don't have your straps on correctly. It broke both of his arms, and he just free-falled. While he was free-falling, the airplane crashed at a neighbor's house right across from where we were. It's a little cul-de-sac. And yeah, this airplane crashed. It left this 11-foot hole in the ground. And the guy that, had the parachute and whatnot, he fell. He died, unfortunately. And I, being a little kid, 9 to 11 years old, I saw this guy dead, and I'll never forget it either. It's not the best of stories, it's got to be uplifting and whatnot, but why not tell my life story, some of the stuff that happened to me. Because I've went through some interesting things, and that's not all of it. Because that guy, he didn't have his parachute on correctly because he was in a hurry getting out of his plane. He hit the back of an air conditioner, one of those window units, which looks like a cheese grater, normally, like a radiator, and it took his face off, to be blunt here, and it broke his neck. And when I looked at him, he had no shirt on, his back was facing this guy, but his face was facing this guy as well, and he had no face left. It was just two hollow sockets where his eyes was, and there was like bits of him all over the side of the trailer on the windows and stuff. It wasn't our house, it was a neighbor's house. we saw our neighbor come outside and he just threw up off of his porch, and we were like, "What happened? Are you all right?" Because we had to wake up my mom after the plane crash. We're like, "Mom, something happened. We don't know what happened." And yeah.
Okay, so, like, you know how that ghost always turns out to be some old guy with a mask on? I don't think these zombies are wearing masks. So, I've been doing what you and I do best, Skaggy. Hiding. Zoinks! I think I hear something. Like, I better sign off. Don't worry about me, old pal. They never think to look in a barrel, right?
But yeah, that's Scooby-Doo. His name was Shaggy, right? Can't remember. I haven't seen Scooby-Doo in a long time. Wasn't a big fan of that show, but it's still funny to see the reference in here. That was Shaggy. But yeah, seeing that was pretty traumatizing as a kid. That's not all I've seen throughout my life, though. I've seen a lot more than most kids should have. And zombies. Oh, my chair's squeaky. All I do is just try to shift a little bit, and my chair goes squeak, squeak. Ah, the double anarchy. Nothing like it. It is a good gun. For like most of the main storyline, I couldn't find a double anarchy. I found one at the beginning, and that was it. And then finally, towards the end, wasn't even at the end of the vanilla story. I found what was it? Another double anarchy in the DLC. It was like, wow, one of my favorite guns in the first Borderlands, and yet they don't give it to me. Nailed it. Don't I always nail it? Every elevator has to be an event, if you probably noticed. They go as slow as molasses in January. And we gotta fight hordes of zombies. Yeah, that's another thing. Besides, you know, in the comments, you know, about your favorite consoles or your games, or favorite memories of getting a game during like a holiday or an event or something. I would like to know any crazy stories that you guys have. That'll be interesting to know, for sure. And I got plenty of interesting stories. If it's something you guys want to keep hearing about what's happened through my life and whatnot, to better know me, because what I've seen and done, it's been pretty crazy. And I've seen some weird stuff in my life too, ever since I was born. And that was another story that I have, a very short one. See, like, if you ever believe in like second chances, you know, and if you believe in like a higher being or whatever, like, you know, religious or something, which I am kind of religious to a degree. I don't go to church or anything, because churches are, most of them are fake and lies, but I am pretty religious, you know, not crazy religious. But see, the thing is that if you believe in a second chance, you know, in life, I feel like I've already already had my second chance before I even had a chance to live. Because when I was born, I was stillborn and premature. So I was born dead and very tiny. And my mom almost died giving birth to me. So right now I'm living my second chance, you know. That's what I feel like, you know.
Keep coming. I don't care. I actually designed this shit in stages, so it'd be more entertaining for me.
My mom told me that when she put, or like I would hold on to her pinky finger, you know, or the smallest finger on your hand. And you think about a woman's hand too, which is usually smaller than a man's hand, you know, in general. And my entire 4 of my fingers, when I would hold on to my mom's finger, it would literally just take up the tip of her pinky finger. That's what she told me. It was like, really? That's like, I had really tiny hands. I was so tiny as a, you know, premature, or preemie as they call them. The doctors, it was crazy when I was born. Besides my mom having to give birth to me herself because the doctors ran out of the room, the nurses and doctors, because they said they didn't want to get sued for this SHIT. And they walked out of the room. So my mom had to give birth to me herself. I came out sideways, I was dead and premature. So yeah, I had a good start. Yeah, and it was something else. Luckily that me and my mom is still alive after all that.
Zombie killing. This is new and different. Steve and I have hunted a lot of things. Skag, crabworms, even went after a moth rat once. These brain suckers are pretty freaky, but they're not so tough. Still, I'm happy my best pal Steve is with me. Yo, Steve! One behind you! Horse is teamed with these zombie buggers, but so far so good. Still, we gotta find this doc if we're gonna get our reward.
Critical hit!
I don't think that was the main story. The Shaggy Gang, the Mystery Machine. I'm not on that mission anymore. I'm gonna try to get this mission done before we move on. Oh yeah, and I wanted to say that I've been failing the Moonlord fight several times now. Yes, trust me, I have killed him before. I've taken out the Moonlord several times. But for some reason, I just lost my touch. Or something like that. So the next Terraria video, I want to do a compilation of me just fighting the Moonlord over and over again until I kill him. That means I'm going to just not going to show the tower fights. I'm not going to show the Dark Cultists. I'm just going to show each of the Moonlord fights themselves until I actually win. So it's going to just show those. It's going to be a little compilation of every one of them. And I'm thinking about changing the arena because everybody's, if you're watching my Terraria Let's Play, you'll know that my
Paying you. I'd offer to double it, but I'm poor as dirt after spending every cent I had into the recreational use of the undead as moneymakers. So far, not digging my plan in hindsight.
he keeps interrupting me. Oh, Ned. But but yeah, I'm going to just show a compilation of the Moonlord fight. I'm gonna cut out all the tower stuff, and I'm gonna cut out all the Dark Cultists. And you guys, if you have been following my Terraria Let's Play, you know that my arena is made out of platforms, and I got heart lanterns and fire pits, or whatever you call them, campfires. So instead of having all that, I'm going to keep the heart lanterns there and the fires, but I'm going to change it to all asphalt, which makes you run super fast, on top of the lightning boots. So it's going to hopefully help. Did I say help with an F, not a P? I know how to talk, guys. At least I thought so. But yeah, I'm going to do a long platform that's longer than what it is now, and I'm going to turn it all into asphalt, and that's going to change the arena and my chances of winning next time I play Terraria.
Alright. You're making a nice little dent in my undead army. But that's the beauty of the undead. If you kill them, they're just dead again. And I just fire up the mojo and make them re-undead. And they're back to gnawing at your hind fat.
Critical hit!
I'll just pick it up. Picked up another gun, don't even know what it was. A rocket launcher, 1,000 damage. static shotgun, that's what that was. And a static sweeper. Okay. But yeah, in the comments below, I would like to hear everybody else's crazy stories. You know, something that happened to them that they just can't explain, or just something that's just off the wall, or whatever. Just be interesting to know. Share some stories with family here, the Meerkat family. And don't forget to subscribe. Join that family. We always tell stories and play some fun games. Go on adventures together.
Dirk Smallwood here. The Jacobs Corporation has asked me, the world's famous fault hunter, to stop the minor zombie infestation here in Jacobs Cove. While this job is well beneath a man of my reputation.
Okay, now you're just getting my dress all to Twitter. If I have to get out of bed and kill you, I sure as hell will. Yeah, I'm echo communicating from bed. So what?
I think we're actually really close to the very end of this DLC. So I need to finish the Brains quest and any other side quests before we do so. I know we can come back and finish them out of sequence, but I'd rather not. Just keep everything within each DLC as it is, so we can move on to the next DLC. But yeah, don't, what am I trying to say here? I don't know why I'm saying don't over and over again. But yeah, I would like to hear you guys' crazy stories, and just tell me in the comments. That'll be awesome. I'm not asking for personal information or anything. Just, crazy things that might have happened to you. And don't give away anything in the comments that you don't need to be giving away. Like personal information, birth dates, addresses, or phone numbers, or anything. That's something that's a big no-no. I will not allow that, because that can lead to some serious problems later on. You can even stay anonymous if you need to, I guess, maybe. I don't know if that's a thing in the comments. Can you actually do that? That'll be your, whatever name you choose on YouTube anyways. So try to keep the real names down, not unless you don't mind that kind of thing. I just don't want any to be at fault of stolen identities or anything else for that matter. Just some basically Meerkat family campfire stories. There you go. That's what it's called. Some weird things, not fiction, true stories, weird stuff that happened to you. Okay. Well, still getting over this cold. My wife and my son had a fever though. They had I think a flu, which I just had a cold, it seems like. That's why my whole week last week was all messed up. Why I was kind of short-tempered. Sorry again about that, guys. Well, we all go through down times in our lives, and that's one of them. So, but I do believe, if I remember correctly, this is like the final boss of the game, or this DLC's inside this building. Yeah, we're really close to the end here. We need to finish off this Scooby-Doo quest. I want to finish it before moving on. We're almost done with this DLC, so it'll probably be this week when we start the new DLC. Depends, because I can't remember how far it is before you meet the final boss in there. So it might take the 3 days I have for Borderlands for the rest of this DLC, and then we'll be starting the next one next week. But it depends. Is that a broken claptrap? Do we get another
Anyone there?
SDU? Oh, hiccup. Yeah, we do. Nice. Repair kit's back here. Let's see if we can find that, finish this mission, and then we'll finish getting the last audio tape. Hopefully. Oh, we're running out of time. It's already almost 45 minutes. Is it really back in here somewhere? Can I even come back here? This looks sketchy. Is it back in there? I'm stuck. Some fancy button presses to get around these corners, these places where you get stuck. Was it outside the fence? Really, I came over here for nothing. So I didn't see a green spire. Can I get on top of here? Was it on top of the roof? Oh, no, it is over here. Yeah, in my area, November 12th of 2018, in my area, it is slated to snow today. Only says 1 to 3 inches, so it's nothing. I think in my lifetime I've only seen it snow on Christmas, like on the actual holiday, like 2 times in my entire life. Which would be awesome, actually, to see actually White Christmas, which is a good movie. Oh, he's gonna open something for us.
Alright, let's go.
You want me to go in there? Oh, it closed on me. There's something over here, maybe. You are really slow, Claptrap. Really slow. You gonna give me some? Does something come out of here? Nothing at all? You did that for nothing? Oh, here we go. Finally, it was a little slow. Jump, 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 jump. Oh, another acid. 151,000. Another corrosive. Alright, we gotta go after that last tape, and we're probably gonna end it there after we listen to the tape. Even on my throat, I'm still coughing a bit, and my throat's still all messed up. I feel a lot better than I did last week. That's a good thing. If y'all been sick before, you know that it's an awful feeling. I just gotta find out what this is. Oh, so we have to go around. But yeah, being sick is not fun. My wife and my youngest son was sick. They both had fevers. My wife had 102. My son had 103, I think. It was... I think where I live right now is that there's been a outbreak of flus lately. And it's not a good thing. I think a couple of people have passed away from it. Do I have to really go in? Oh no. I'm on the wrong mission, guys. It keeps changing my mission. Oh, it's right here. Who's this? It's not Shaggy, is it?
Oh my God. Steve is dead. I can't believe he's gone. I really miss him. I can almost hear him. Hey-oh. What's that? Oh. Oh, my angel. Steve! Hey, man. I thought you was dead. What's that? Oh. Oh, you want a hug? Me too, man. Come here.
Alright. Well, Shaggy it didn't turn out for him. He met something that he shouldn't have been messing with.
Oh, you know that hurt.
This guy slowed me way down. Watch out for these guys, they explode. Oh man, what happened? Look at this. Where'd all these come from? Wow. Thanks. Oh, we came back here then. Alright, well, we're gonna not come in here yet. This is literally the end of the game, or the DLC. This is where you fight Dr. Ned. So tomorrow's episode will be the final fight, not unless we have any side missions left. Yep, it'll be the final fight, and then on Wednesday we'll have the new DLC. Yay, excitement, excitement, cheers, cheers. Alright, and don't forget about those crazy stories in your lives. I would like to see those in the comments, you know. Do some little, like, campfire stories or something. And don't forget about those, your favorite, you know, game, or your favorite console, or your favorite memory that's tied to those, or any other times. I would like to hear those too. And I'm gonna call it here, guys, for the Meerkat family. So if you'd like to become part of the Meerkat family, hit that subscribe button and join today. Let's keep this family growing. And if you like my commentary, you find it helpful, funny, or entertaining, and if you like the stories and stuff, I'll keep those going in every, you know, in some videos, not every video, just some of them, you know, to keep things rolling, you know, keep the stories going, because I've got a bunch of them. I'm almost 40 years old. I got 40 years of stories. I gave you guys 2 of them, little tidbits out of my life. And so like the video to support my channel, and more likes and more subscribers will definitely keep me going, keep this channel going, so I can make more videos just like this one, or more, or any other videos that I have planned in the future. And don't forget about that notification bell to keep up with my latest videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.